boys and girls, men and women from around the world, you are watching the Ramonepreston Show. This is the day that the Lord has made. We are rejoicing. We're glad in it. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Today is Friday, June the 2nd, 2023, and we are live. This ain't no replay. It's your boy in real time on Friday, June the 2nd, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, right here from the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. And if you don't know, now you know, you are watching the Ramonepreston Show. Bars. Listen, I need you to do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody, and let them know your boy, my squad, we're live right here from the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. And as I said before, I'm going to say it one more again. You, my friends, are watching the Ramonepreston Show. Thank you for joining the show today. Every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, unless I'm tied up doing business or traveling and can't get in front of my camera here in my studio. Otherwise, I'm here live every day, Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon, to bring you the Ramonepreston Show. And when I come here live, you already know what I come here to do. I come here to give you business, to give you game, to give you information, to elevate your thinking so that you can take your business, your finances, your life to the next level. The truth is this: if you listen to me long enough, you ain't gonna just have elevation in your business. You ain't gonna just have elevation in your money. You're gonna have elevation in your spirit, in your mind, in your life, because I like to cover all bases. I'm a man of God. I'm a preacher. I believe that who we are as spiritual beings plays a very important role in what we do in our businesses and in our finances. So you get the best of all worlds when you join me live on the Ramonepreston Show. So thank you for joining today. Again, I want you to hit the like button, hit the share button. You need to be tagging somebody to let them know Ramon about to spit some game, and I want you to get this game on the Ramonepreston Show. Also, put in the comments what city you're watching your boy from. What city are you watching me from? Why don't you represent where you at right now? Put in the comments what city you're watching me from. Because today's show, I'm going to be talking to you about 5 power moves you need to be making for the next 6 months. 5 power moves you need to be making for the next 6 months. Now, I'm going to share some information with you on each of these power moves. But here's what I want you to understand, all right? We have already made it to the month of June. So that means we are in the 6th month, and we got 6 more months to go, and we need to make the next 6 months count. So it don't even matter how bad things have been for you from January 1 to May 31. It don't matter what you set out this year to do that you didn't do, what you thought you would accomplish that you didn't accomplish. Let's not dwell on that. Let's focus on what can we accomplish between now, Friday, June the 2nd, and December the 31st. Okay, you got 6 months to reset yourself and to put you and your family in the best position possible. So today I'm going to talk to you about the 5 power moves you need to be making for the next 6 months, okay? So I'm going to give you the 5, and then I'm going to just circle back around, and then we'll talk about all 5, okay? So if you're taking notes, I want you to write these 5 power moves down. These are the 5 power moves, and I'll get into each one, okay? Number 1, you need to set big goals, okay? Write this down, because I'm going to circle back around and give you some information on all 5. These are the 5 power moves you need to be making for the next 6 months. Number 1, set big goals. Number 2, save and store. I'm using 2 different words here. Income. Save and store income. Number 3, I want you to start and structure your business. If you already have a business that's started and structured, maybe it needs to be restarted or restructured. Okay, number 4, you need to brand and market yourself. All right. And then number 5, this is the biggity thing here. You need to sell something, bruh. Sell something, sis. You need to get out here in these internet streets, in these marketplace streets, and you need to make some moolah, baby. So I'm giving it to you right now. We 5 minutes into the Ramonepreston Show, and I'm already giving you all 5 of the power moves that I'm challenging you to utilize, to execute at the highest level within the next 6 months. I'm telling you, like, you could have just flopped the whole year up to now. January, February, March, April, May. You could have just flopped. You could have fell off. We all have ups and downs. We all have seasons and cycles in our lives where we miss it and we set out to do one thing and then we find ourselves doing another thing. Listen, we're not going to dwell on that today. We're not going to keep, regurgitating the pain of a process that didn't produce the results that we was looking for. We're going to hit the reset button today and we're going to figure out what do we need to do today to make sure that when we get to December the 31st of this calendar year, within the next 6 months, we can look back and say, we did the doggone thing. All right? So I want you to write these 5 power moves down, because these are the 5 power moves that you need to be making in the next 6 months. Write them down, and I want to share some information on all 5 of these power moves, okay? I got a lot of information to share with you. I'm going to do my best on today's show to share it with you, but these are the 5 power moves I'm challenging you to make, to execute at the highest level for the next 6 months. That's June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I want you to just go through the next 6 months of this year and crush it. All right? June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. You got a second half of a year that you could do some extraordinary things. Do you know that within the next 6 months, you can find yourself in a place in life that you would like literally just be shocked about? Do you know that? If you had the right action and the level of execution, you could look back at the end of this year and you could see your life in a different light. Okay, so I want you to write these down. These are the 5 power moves I want you to make. And here's the truth. Whether you start today or whether it's February, it could be June, it could be July, it could be November. It really don't matter when you start. The goal is just to start. Let's just get started, all right? But these are 5 power moves. And I want to talk to you about these 5 power moves, okay? So number 1, set big goals. Number 2, save and store income. Number 3, start and structure a business. Number 4, brand and market yourself. And number 5, sell something. Those are the 5 power moves. What I'm saying is you need to be focusing on executing them for the rest of the year. I mean, of course, it's technically 7 months, but we're talking about like the second half of the year. All right. June should be the month that you hit the reset button. June should be the month that you can look back at the first 5 months and say, okay, how do I want the first half of my year to be summarized, and what do I want to do to set the trajectory for the second half of the year? All right, so let's get into each one. All right, I'm gonna clear another board up. Let me clear this board so I can dig deep into each one. Okay, number 1, set big goals. Now, if you follow me on social media, or if you have taken any of my courses, or if you're familiar with, the way I teach and the things that I teach and talk about, you probably know that I define and describe a goal as a dream with a plan. Okay? So that's how I describe and define a goal. A goal is a dream with a plan. So I'm telling you that the first power move you need to make, which should be for any time of the year, it should be every month of the year. You should be setting, resetting, visiting, revisiting, tweaking, updating, and modifying your goals throughout the year. All right? But let's just establish a solid foundation. No matter when you set a goal, no matter what time of the year you set a goal, I want you to understand what you're setting. A goal is a dream with a plan. So first of all, most people, they make the big mistake of not even setting the right goal. So when I talk to somebody and they say, oh, I got all my goals set, and then I start asking them like, okay, so what is your goal? Oh, here's my goal for my business. Here's my goal for my money. Here's my goal for my marriage. Here's my goal for my health. Number one, your goal, if it's a dream with a plan, your goal should be a reflection of your dream. Am I correct? If a goal is a dream with a plan, then that means if I'm setting a goal, my goal needs to look like my dream. So now I got to start thinking about, okay, what are my dreams? What are your financial dreams? What are your professional dreams? Start thinking about the things that you're dreaming about. If I ask you, what are your financial dreams? Would you tell me your financial dreams are like for you to have maybe $10,000? You probably say, man, I want $1 million. I want $10 million. If I ask you, what are your dreams for your career? What are your dreams for your health? Oh, I want to be fine. I want to be slayed for the summer. Well, whatever your dreams are, your dreams need to reflect your goals rather need to reflect your dreams. Okay? Because a goal is a dream with a plan. Now, when you start writing your dreams down, that doesn't mean you writing your goals down. Because in order for your dreams to become a goal, your dreams need to have a plan. So now what I have to do is, I like to use two very important words. I like to qualify my dreams. I want to qualify my dreams. So how do you qualify your dreams? Well, you need to write down the things that you want to do. Most likely it's going to require you to have a timeline or to at least set some parameters. So that's why I always like to say, if you just take what you want to accomplish between now, today is Friday, June 2nd, and December the 31st of this year. If you just take the next several months of this year, the rest of this year, and you say, you know what, I want to set big goals for this year. Well, the first thing you need to do is look at, what are my dreams? What am I dreaming for my life to look like, between now and December 31st? What are my dreams? And then I need to qualify those dreams. That means I need to specifically write down the things that I dream, I desire, I fantasize about having happen in my life this year, okay? I don't really care if it's realistic or unrealistic, as long as it's a reflection of your dreams and you can qualify it with real data, with information, with words that make sense to you, okay? Then you need to quantify. So now, in order for you to quantify that dream, that means you got to put a dollar amount to it. So now if I say, man, I want to be debt free before the year is out. Well, I could qualify that by writing it down. I am debt free. I am debt free in 2023. I can write that down as a statement. I am debt free in 2023. But now in order for me to quantify that, I'm going to have to figure out how much debt am I in. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now I got to call the credit bureaus. I got to look at my credit report. I got to look at my collection accounts. I got to look at my bills, my debt, my loans. I got to look at everything that I have going on. And I have to determine what dollar amount do I need to pay off in order to be debt free. You get what I'm saying? Or if you say, man, I just want to be happy and comfortable. Okay, how much does that look like? Don't just keep saying stuff with words and you don't quantify those words, because you really don't have a goal unless you have a dream with a plan. Am I making sense? So the first power move you need to be making, and again, if you did this in the beginning of the year, you should really be revisiting your goals every day. But let's just hypothetically say you ain't revisiting your goals every day. Let's hypothetically say you don't write down your goals, you don't check them, you got lost in the sauce, you got thrown off. And now you're in the month of June and you're looking at what the rest of the year is going to be. You can start today. Take some time out today to say, you know what? I need to take a moment to set big goals. I need to look at what exactly do I want to accomplish in my life between now and December the 31st. Don't just keep throwing stuff out there. Well, I want to do this. I want to have that. I want to be this. I want to go here. No. You need to dream, but those dreams need a plan in order for them to qualify as a goal. So now I got to write down and articulate what exactly do I want to do in this area. So you got to look at every area of your life, your physical life, your spiritual life, your relationship life, your professional life, business, ministry, money, whatever area it is, and you qualify those dreams by writing them down and setting a healthy parameter with a timeline, so that when you start putting a dollar amount, or if it's not a dollar amount, it's a number, meaning that, okay, it might not even have anything to do with money. For example, if you have a spiritual goal to change as a person, or a physical goal to change your physical looks or whatever, right? To work out, to eat healthy. That might not have anything to do with a dollar amount, but it still has something to do with a number, because that may mean I have to spend a certain amount of time every day reading, studying, praying, serving, working out, eating right, certain things I should do, I shouldn't do. So don't just get caught up on, okay, well, it ain't got nothing to do with money. Well, it got something to do with numbers. Because life is tied to numbers and digits, whether it's money or not. It's still numbers and digits. So you have to start taking your dreams and converting them into goals by qualifying the dream, writing the dream down, and then quantifying it with numbers or dollar amounts so that you can see the digits behind the thing you want to accomplish. Like, our brains are like computers, or more specifically, our brains are like calculators more than computers, because our brains have a way of processing our brains have a way of processing numbers sometimes better than it does data or words. You get what I'm saying? So you always want to qualify your dreams, but you want to quantify them. Okay, so the first power move you need to be making, especially for the rest of the year, is you want to set big goals. Listen to this. Setting big goals requires you to dream about all the things you wish to accomplish in life. This is why I define a goal as a dream with a plan. So you should work on developing 15, 20-year goals, 5, 10-year goals, and even 1-year goals. By doing it this way, you will have more excitement about your daily actions. So let's think about that, okay? You should be setting 15 to 20-year goals. Those may be considered long-term goals, okay? You need to be setting 5 to 10-year goals. That could be midterm. Those could be midterm goals. But then you need to be setting up to 1-year goals. Those are short-term goals. People who cannot sit down and set up to 1-year goals, 5, 10-year goals, or 15, 20-year goals are people who are mentally too lazy to look that far, and they're not willing to do the work to get out of all the little short-term gratification that they want. That's why most people don't get successful. That's why most people don't get too far in life, because they want everything now and they're not willing to look 15, 20 years out. Don't you know there are things that me and my wife, we are doing right now. There are things that we are experiencing today that we thought about and we talked about 20 years ago when we first got married. 20 years, we're talking about 20 years ago. My wife was she was teaching Bible study last night, and during her message, she was talking about how she was giving a reference to how we just did some things like within the last couple days, really like the last week or so. We just made some big power moves, right? They were power moves to us. But this one specific power move that we made, we were thinking about this 5 years ago. And when we thought about it, when we sat down, when we did the math, we did the numbers, and we calculated everything, me and my wife both decided then, 5 years ago, that we would wait at least 3 years for that to happen. And 3 years exactly, that was 3 years ago. We thought about this, some certain things in 2017. We said we would wait until 2020. And then when 2020 came, we revisited it and we was like, you know what? We still need to give ourselves a year or so. 21 came, we was like, yeah, we just need to wait. We was almost about to do it. And then we was like, you know what? Let's just wait. And now 2 years later, 2023, we did something recently that we thought about doing 5 years ago. But here again, we were willing to have 5, 10-year goals, 15, 20-year goals. All right? So that's the first power move. Excuse me. Number two, this is the second power move. Save and store income. Now, I already know the lame excuse everybody be giving me on this. When I talk to people about income, one of the first lame excuses they give me is, well, I ain't making enough money. Okay. All right, you ain't making enough money. All right, you ain't making enough money. All right, well, I got bills. I'm this, I'm that. Let me tell you something. Your income is your number one wealth building tool. I don't care what nobody else tell you. Your income, listen to me, is your number one wealth building tool. People get so caught up on debt, on bills, on credit, on collections, and on budgets that they forget about income. So if I'm talking to you about saving and storing income, don't start talking about bills and debt. Don't start talking about credit and collections and budgets. That's not the conversation I want to have. I'm not ignoring the fact that you got bills. I'm not ignoring the fact that you got debt. I'm not ignoring the fact that you got credit issues and collection issues and budget issues. But what I am putting my attention on, my focus on, and emphasis on is what's most important. Your income. You need to write that down. This needs to be like it needs to be like a golden rule you live by every day. Your income is your number one wealth building tool, or at least one of your top wealth building tools. So for this conversation, let's just say income is a wealth building tool. Okay? So if my income is by far one of my greatest wealth building tools, why am I talking about debt? Debt is not a wealth building tool for me if I got personal debt, or if I got collections or bills or credit issues, or if I'm... So a lot of times when I talk to people about income, the first thing that they want to talk about is, well, it ain't in my budget. Did I mention budget when I said income? Are y'all understand what I'm saying? See, a lot of this stuff that we be dealing with in our finances and in our businesses, I'm going to tell y'all something. A lot of this stuff is mental. It's a mental game. And the reason why most people break down mentally is because they have not really educated themselves on the things that they're trying to accomplish. So for example, if you're trying to save and store income and you just keep having conversations about debt, about budgets, about credit, it's because you do not have the mental muscle that's strong enough to stay focused on income. You're weak mentally. And I say that respectfully, but hey, I'm still saying it emphatically. I'm saying it respectfully, but I'm going to say it emphatically because if you are mentally weak when it comes to money, stop blaming everybody else and put yourself in a position to learn something, to educate yourself, to get strong in this area. Stop using the lame excuse of, well, I got bills. Everybody got bills. Well, I got debt. Most people got debt. I got a budget for this. Who don't have to budget? But there are different people who focus on that, and then there are other people who don't focus on that. Okay? So you want to save and store your income. Now, the moment you start deciding, let me tell you something, the moment you make the decision that you want to start saving income, guess what you're going to realize? You ain't got no doggone income to save. That's what you're going to start realizing. Man, how I'm going to save something I ain't got? Ding, 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 ding. That should be the sign that you have to figure out new creative ways to make more income. Not to try to figure out, okay, what do I need to cut out? Oh my God, if I could just pay this bill off, if I could just get rid of this debt, if I could just do this. Let's not focus on contraction. Let's focus on expansion. Now, in order for your mind to work like that, you got to educate yourself about this stuff. You got to build a mental muscle. You got to get strong mentally when it comes to this stuff. If you weak-minded because you ain't strong, you ain't educating, you ain't training, you ain't developing, it's kind of like trying to lift weights and you never work out. But you trying to lift weights, or you trying to run a certain distance, but you don't work out and you don't run and you don't have the stamina. It ain't going to work for you. But for somebody who work out every day, for somebody who run every day, it's easy for them to run. Do you understand what I'm saying? Without losing, like running out of breath and stuff like that. But you've got to make the decision that, listen, saving and storing my income needs to be a top priority, okay? Listen to this. Once you start prioritizing income, you will pay more attention to where it's going. It's simple as that. If I just focus more of my time on income, even if I'm not making it, I just need to put my attention on it. Listen to what happens. Once you start prioritizing income and stop always talking about debt and bills and budgets and credit and collections, start talking about income. Start learning about income. Start educating yourself about income. Start prioritizing income and stop prioritizing all the other stuff below income, okay? Once you do this, you will pay more attention to where the little money you got going. So if I sit down with you and I start telling you, okay, we need to save and store some income, and you start running your mouth, oh, I ain't got enough money and I ain't this and I ain't that, blah, 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 blah. Number one, I already know you're weak-minded. You're mentally weak because you ain't learning nothing. You probably don't study. You probably don't train and educate yourself on money and income. You probably don't work on your mindset, which is why you don't have a better skill set. All this stuff is a mental game, right? And then number two, if you told me you had bills and all this stuff and you still wasn't focusing on income, then I would challenge you to look at the money that you do make. Don't keep saying, well, I don't make enough money. Like, if you tell me you don't make enough money, but you don't even know where the little money you make is going. If you can't pull up like a financial management app and show me every dollar that you made in the last 30 days, every dollar that you spent in the last 30 days, and anything that was either left or not left, if you can't show me that, everything you say after that is a lame excuse, point blank period. And so maybe your spouse or your mama or your daddy or your big brother or whoever it is that you booed up with, maybe they not willing to tell you the truth. Listen, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If you can't pull up some type of spreadsheet or some type of piece of technology to show me how much money you made in the last 30 days, how much money you spent in the last 30 days, you are mentally weak and soft when it comes to income, period. I don't care what nobody say. And if it offends you, good. You need to get offended. Because you need to get off your behind and make the decision that I got to do better for myself. And I got to stop blaming my boss that I ain't got enough money. Or I got to stop blaming the government. Or I got to stop blaming the white man. Or I got to stop blaming the system. I'm not saying there are not things that are happening that don't impact and affect your situation. But everything ain't affecting your situation. I mean, come on now. You can't tell me everything is affecting your financial outcome right now and you ain't got nothing to do with it. Nope, that's a lame excuse. Okay, so what are some things that you can do? Well, number one, opening a savings account is an easy way to separate your active money from your stored money. That's an easy way. But another very important way to start working on this is to just start tracking your income and expenses. So I always recommend to my students that you go to mint.com. This is a really good app, mint.com. If you are an entrepreneur, that means you got a business, you should have some type of financial management system like QuickBooks. If you don't have QuickBooks and you're in business, you are not in business, okay? If you ain't got no financial management app, and I'm not trying to, trash you if that's you, I'm just challenging you. Because I'm just not the person who gonna pander to your emotions. That's why a lot of people don't like being around me, because I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Because I'm not gonna be living no lie. And I'm not gonna let people stay around me and they living a lie. I'm just not doing it. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, and I'm gonna challenge you to change and grow, especially if you want to do something different with your life. So you could get this mint.com, it's an app, and you need to start tracking your income and expenses. Okay? It's just simple as that. Because if you have financial issues and you feel like you ain't got enough money and you do not track your income and expenses, even though you don't have enough income and you have too many expenses, it don't mean you shouldn't still be tracking it. If you're not tracking how much money you make, how much money you spend, and how much is left or how much you're negative every month, you are mentally lazy and soft and irresponsible when it comes to income, period. I don't care who you blame. I don't care what your lame excuse is. You're soft, you're lame, and you're using everything as an excuse. Number two, if you are an entrepreneur and you claim to own a business and you do not have a financial management tracking system for your business, you just goofy. Like, that's all I can say to you. You goofy. So that's the second power move. That's the second power move. Number three, the third power move you need to be making for the remainder of this year is you need to start and structure a business. I don't even have a whole lot of time to talk about this in depth, but here's what I'm gonna say to you. When I say start and structure a business, I'm not just talking about you going to get an LLC or EIN number, okay? That don't mean you have a business because you got an EIN number or because you have an LLC, articles of organization, and a Duns and Bradstreet number and a domain name and a landing page. It don't necessarily mean you have a business, okay? So listen to me when I say this. When you start a business, yes, you need an EIN number. You need to file and form the paperwork for your LLC. Yes, you need to set up a bank account. Yes, you need a Duns and Bradstreet, Duns number, a NAV account. All that stuff is good, okay? But the structure part of your business is you need to have a product or service that you can offer to the marketplace, okay? So I'm a business consultant, so I know that this is called an MVP. It's a minimum viable product, okay? You need a minimum viable product. You need something that you can feel good about. You need something that you can feel good about to take your behind out here in the marketplace and offer it. You need a product or a service, okay? You don't need to be over here strategizing about some doggone website or about some landing page or about some logo or about some trademark. All of that, I'm telling y'all, one of the reasons why I'm pushing this as hard as I am today, because a lot of you entrepreneurs that listen to people like me, you're going to get buried in this market. You're going to get buried because you think you got all this free time to just play and strategize and twiddle your thumbs, you know, to figure out what the next best thing is that you're going to do. You can't afford to do that as an entrepreneur. Like, one of the hardest things you will ever do is start a business and succeed in that business enough so that that business can pay you, pay itself, and pay other people. That's not easy to do, okay? It's just not easy to do. I'm a living witness. It's hard. It's one of the hardest things you're probably going to do. So when I say you need to start a business, okay, we understand the start part. Most people never get to the structure part. You need to structure your business. So if you're an entrepreneur, what you should be working on, if you have an LLC and have the paperwork and everything set up, then what you need to be working on is having a minimum viable product. What is it that you have that you could take out here on the internet and offer today and you can sell? If you don't know that, you need to work on your product. You need to work on pricing it, packaging it, if it's a product or it's a service. If you don't know how to do this, then you need to understand you need a coach, you need a mentor, you need somebody to help you with that. So a lot of people don't think they need coaches and mentors and they don't need nobody helping them. But if you can't figure this stuff out, then how are you going to figure it out? Like, you got to figure it out in order to succeed, okay? So you need a minimum viable product. You need to package that product. You need to price it or that service, and you need to offer it into the marketplace. Also, a part of structuring your business is integrating the right systems and processes. So you need a marketing system and process. You need a sales system and process. Of course, you need a financial system and process, and you need an operational system. Like, these are the four main systems and processes you need integrated into this thing called the business. You have to have that if you're going to succeed. Like, for your marketing, I was just on a call earlier talking to someone who is a student in our Millionaire Blueprint program, and they looking at moving up to our coaching program, and I was explaining to them that if you apprehensive, if you feel like you're not confident enough to pull the trigger to market your business, it's probably because you have an issue with your product or your service. You might not be clear on it. You might not have the confidence. You might not know enough to market. And then if you do get the confidence to market, let's say you go out here, you go on social media, you start putting up content, you start asking people to do business with you. Well, you need a sales process so that when people start, talking back to you and you start getting people attention, you have some type of professional sales process to walk those people through so that they could do business with you. Like, you got to have this. And of course, you need a financial system to track and manage the day-to-day activities. So when you do start making money, one of the biggest problems you're going to start having is tax problems, and you got to know how to implement creative strategies to lower the taxes and maximize your profits. And then you need an operational system, because once you start doing business and making money and getting a lot of activity, you might have to hire someone, you might have to work with vendors and outsource stuff. And even if you're doing it all yourself, you're going to have to manage the day-to-day activities to make sure you don't feel like you're all over the place. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're watching me and you feel like you're all over the place in your business, you feel like you're just scrambling and you don't know if you're coming or going, let me explain to you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with an operational issue. You don't have a general operating system. That's why you feel like you're all over the place. So if you ever felt like, man, I'm just all over the place, I don't know, Should I be marketing? Should I be selling? Should I be working on my website? Should I be focusing on my trademarks? Should I try to get funding for my business? Like, what do I need to be doing? And you're just all over the place. That's an operational issue. You have to learn how to become a better general operator of that business. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I know what I'm saying is true because I done been through all this. Everything that I teach in my courses, everything that I give people as a coach and a mentor, I've been through it. So I know exactly what the issue is. That's why I can speak to it and help people through it like I do, because I've been through all of this stuff. Okay? So that's starting and structuring a business. Let me keep going real quick so I can get through this. Number 4, the 4th power move is you need to brand and market yourself. Brand and market yourself. Brand and market yourself. Now, this is a little more complicated to talk about because branding should be tied to your business structure. So that means if you structure your business the right way, which is why I talk so much about the holding company, if you brand your business the right way, it's easier for you to market. So most people who have issues with their messaging and with their marketing are people who have issues with their branding, okay? So branding needs to be first. You need to think about what type of brand am I building? And let me make it a little more understandable. Branding plays into what is the personality of my business. Does that make sense? So another way to explain branding is I need to give my business a personality. All right? I need my business to become a person. Do you understand what I'm saying? Branding is about, can I make my business a person? Can I give it a personality, a persona? And what does that persona need to be? What is the best persona for me in my business? What is the personality? What are the things about me and this thing that I call a business? What are the things that I need to put together, package creatively, and then present to the marketplace so that when I do start marketing, knocking on doors, making noise, getting attention, they know who's at the door. It's kind of like if somebody come to your house and they start knocking on the door and you look out there and you don't see nobody. Are you going to answer? Are you going to open the door? You're going to be like, hold up, is it a ghost? But if somebody's knocking at the door and you look out, who is it? Because you see somebody, even if it's just a shadow. And then I say, hey, this is Ramonepreston. Oh, okay. There's a person. So you want to create a personality for your business. And watch this. Your personality as a business has a personality of a client that it works perfectly with. Man, I might be losing you on this. I think I'm going too deep on it. Let me explain it a different way. So this is you, okay? This is you, and this is your business, okay? And so you and your business create a brand. So if you and your business create a brand, now there's a person over here, whether this is an individual or a business, this is a client, or this could be a customer, right? But either one of these, they have a PCP or a perfect client profile. And so the both of you connect because you've created a persona for yourself as a brand, but there's also a persona that you have created for the person who perfectly matches your brand or your business. Whew, man, I'm giving y'all this free game today. I should be charging y'all on this doggone live. I hope that made sense to you. That was for free. Okay? And number 5, the 5th power move you need to be making is you need to sell something. Now, I have a lot of strategies for selling. I have a lot of strategies for selling. So let me explain something to you, okay? The first 4 power moves that I just shared with you, they will mean nothing if you don't make a sale. If you don't make a sale. So, I mentor people who are on fixed incomes. Like, I've got clients right now in my coaching program, they're on fixed incomes. They are stay-at-home parents. And I've got people who make 6 figures a year in my clients in my program. So I've seen it all, and I see it all every day, right? I'm bringing that up for a reason, because selling something sometimes has to start with something as simple as you taking something you have. I call it an item sell-off strategy. Like, literally, like a pair of glasses. Sometimes if you're not used to being a professional salesperson and you do not have any training when it comes to having a sales process, knowing how to close and follow up and walk people through demonstrations and fact finding and all these sophisticated things, sometimes it's about like implementing basic strategies like what I call the item sell-off strategy. And that's simply you finding things that you own and just going and selling them, whether it's on OfferUp or, Facebook Marketplace or to a pawn shop, just to get your feet wet. You get what I'm saying? Because most people are consumers. Most people are consumer minded. Most people are consumers, not closers. And so one of the easiest ways to start the process, of course, you got to get educated, you got to train, you got to role play, you got to get the right information now. But just simply speaking, one of the basic ways to at least start the process of going from being a consumer to a closer is just finding something that you have, even if you don't have a product and service, and selling it. And you don't always have to own a product and a service. You can use a product or a service. You get what I'm saying? You don't always have to own it. You can use it. So if you've been watching me today, I have just given you 5 power moves that I'm challenging you to make. Okay? For the rest of this year. Number 1, set big goals. You need to set big goals. If you don't know how to set goals properly, I have a goal setting course with templates that you can download, print out, and use to learn how to set daily goals, how to put your task and your targets in order, and how to follow up at the end of every day for what the success of those goals and targets and daily activities were, okay? So you have to set big goals. Number 2, you have to save and store income. A part of saving and storing your income is learning more about income, becoming more familiar and educated about money, so that your mind starts thinking more about income than it does expenses, okay? That's a mental transition that has to take place. Number 3, you need to start and structure a business. If you already have an existing business, a LLC, your EIN number, you got your D&B, you got all your paperwork done, well, then you need to focus on structuring a business, meaning that you have to make sure that you have a product and or a service that is a minimum viable product, meaning that it's something that's good enough that you can go to the marketplace and you can start monetizing, you can start offering it. The next problem you're going to run into once you start offering it is now you have to learn about marketing and sales and operations. Those are systems and processes, which are skill sets you have to develop in structuring your business, because you have to integrate that into your business. Number 4, you need to brand and market yourself. Remember, when I say brand and market, I'm really talking about you making sure that your business has a personality. and that you've packaged the personality of you and your business in a way that it matches perfectly with a client profile. So you automatically know who is your perfect client. Even though I'm on the internet all the time, and we market, and we reach people every day. We talk to people every day. We send emails out. We do everything any other company does. But I also know that there's a certain profile of a client that fits perfectly into the things that I have. So my educational programs, my coaching programs, my consulting services, I know there's a certain persona, there's a certain profile that people match perfectly with what I have. Everybody don't want what I got. And even if they come and act like they want it, they probably don't fit the perfect client profile. And I need to be aware of that. It doesn't mean I'm not going to strike out. It just means that, well, maybe I might hit the ball more often if I at least knew who I was as a business, who I am as a brand, and who my perfect client profile is. So it makes my marketing at least a little better, because I can make sure that even if I'm targeting, even if I'm reaching more people, I'm still going to get the attention of certain people who hear me and say, oh, wow, he understands that, and that's my problem. I need to get connected to him because he knows exactly what I'm dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? And then number 5, you need to sell something. Mark Cuban said, sales solves all problems. So I know some of you have been asking me some questions about getting in touch and connecting with us. Here's how you can connect with me. I was just on a call earlier this morning, and I was explaining to the person how you can get connected and stay connected and learn the things that we teach and we provide in our company. And one of the best ways to get connected and to learn all of the ins and outs of what I teach and what I provide is through my Millionaire Mentorship program. I put this program together to give you the best components of my whole company: my consulting division, my coaching division, and my educational division. So we've taken the best components of those 3 divisions and we packaged them in this 1-year Millionaire Mentorship program. It's an accelerated coaching and consulting program. And what we offer in this 1-year program is unlimited access for a year to my Millionaire Blueprint, which is my educational program, teaching you everything that I just talked about is in that blueprint. Goal setting courses, business and entrepreneurship courses, financial courses, courses on sales and marketing and financials, courses on systems and processes. Literally, this one educational program called the Millionaire Blueprint can teach you everything you need to build $1 million business. Hands down, no doubt. I know it for sure because I created it, okay? So we give you unlimited access for a year to our Millionaire Blueprint. We also offer you weekly coaching calls. Every Monday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern, we host a live private call where we do a training and we answer your questions because we want you to check in at least once a week. We offer you a VIP ticket to our headquarter day where you can come physically and visit my headquarters and spend the day with me and my team if that's something that you would choose to do. We also give you VIP tickets to all of our workshops. We have a sales workshop, a marketing workshop, a financial workshop, and a holding company workshop. Why? Because when you're training on the blueprint, learning about sales, marketing, financials, and holding companies, we want you to be able to come to a 1-day training so that we can show you how to polish up and fine-tune your sales system, your sales script, your sales process, your marketing system, your marketing campaigns to make sure that you're doing it the right way, your financial systems to make sure that if you're working with something like QuickBooks, you understand it and that you're able to track all your income and expenses or your profit and losses, as well as your holding company if you're building an enterprise that has multiple entities and operations. We also, in this mentorship program, give you 2 VIP tickets to 2 other events, which also have courses. This is a coaching boot camp. So we basically show you how to become a coach. We show you how to become a consultant. If that's something that you would like to do, we teach you how to do that in our coaching boot camp. And we provide a one-day training to work with you to make sure that your prices are correct, you package your products and services correct, you know how to break up your coaching from your consulting, from your education. We show you how to put a coaching business together. And then we have a business incubator, which is basically a course and a one-day training on how to create a general operating system. So once you have all these things in your business going on, how do you manage all of them? How do you bring all this together so it can make sense? This is how you do it, through a general operating system, all right? We show you how to put that together. We also give you access to our online community, and you get access to our Millionaire Concierge. Our Millionaire Concierge, they are available every day. You can text them, you can email them, you can call them, especially if you have a question and you just need some direction on something. So all of this that I just mentioned to you, we offer in our Millionaire Mentorship program. For 1 year, you get access to it. So we have a gold membership for $147 a month. The gold membership, you get to choose 2 of these 6 workshops. We have a diamond membership for $247 a month for 12 months, and you get access to all 6 of the workshops. So if you just want the course, the Millionaire Blueprint program, the weekly calls, the HQ day, and just 2 of these workshops, you could go with the gold. But if you want this and all of the workshops, you go with the diamond. And still, you do the math. Look at what you have going on in your business right now. Look at what areas of your business that you struggle in, okay? If you struggle with sales, with marketing, with your financials, with your holding company, with your structure, with your operations, with your systems, or you don't know how to put a coaching program together, all you need to do is look at the areas that we provide training and mentorship on and education on, courses and weekly calls. And you just do the math on how much money are you missing or losing not having this stuff together. And then you put it against paying $147 a month or $247 a month. Like, it's self-explanatory. You're not going to find a coaching program. I bet you won't. And if you do, send me the link. Let me go check it out. You're not going to find a coaching program with all this education and mentorship and training for $147 a month or $247 a month. So you want to know more about it, or you like to ask more questions and just get more information beyond just on the show live, just text the word mentor to 678-276-8253. Okay? All you have to do is text the word mentor to that number, and we'll reach back out to you. We make it real easy. We'll reach back out to you. We'll answer any questions that you might have about any course, any workshop, any component of our coaching program, and we can show you exactly what you need based on where you are in your business. Like, we just ask you a couple questions and you tell us, okay, here's where I am in my business, here's where I am in my products, here's the issue I'm having, here's the challenge I'm facing, and I need to know what step I need to take. We'll show you exactly what you need to do and what courses and what trainings we have available and where we need to get you started, and you can get onboarded and started today. Why keep losing money or missing money because you're unwilling to invest money in yourself? Don't make sense. I have a coach. I'm a part of a mentorship program. I spend tens of thousands of dollars every year getting that, traveling, paying to get in rooms. But guess what? It makes me a better version of who I am so that I can better serve my clients. So why wouldn't I do it? And it shows my team, my staff, people who look up to me and who work with me, it shows you that he's willing to invest in himself. And he's willing to pay whatever he needs to pay to keep winning so that he can help us keep winning. You got to do the same thing, especially if you're a business owner. So text mentor to 678-276-8253. Hey, I appreciate all of you for joining the show today. Today is Friday, June the 2nd. We'll be back Monday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Ramonepreston Show. Please be sure to leave maybe a comment or just give me a takeaway, something that you take away today from the show. Please put it in the comments. We have people I don't know. We might have, I don't know, maybe I can't look at my phone right now because it's on Instagram. But I think my son is my social media manager and content creator. So my son always sends me like the data and the analytics and the numbers. But I think we probably have, it's probably tens of thousands of views every month just on YouTube alone. Okay? We tens of thousands of views. So we have a lot of people, they might not be on the live all the time. I haven't built that type of following up where I have 1,000 people on my lives. I'm not that popular yet. All right. I'm still working on that. I'm still marketing. I'm still working on my own marketing. But we still have a lot of people who do watch the videos and go to our page, our channel, to learn about the things that we teach. And the analytics show that there are people who always come back around. I'm saying that because when you leave your comments and you leave your feedback and your takeaways, you still help with the algorithms. That's just the way these social media platforms are. You know what I mean? Hey, I would love to have 1 million followers on social media right now. I'm praying that at some point I have them, and we work hard to push it, but every comment counts. Every like, every share, every time you leave feedback, it helps. So I would just ask for you to do that, even if you don't text and you don't want to even be a part of any of our programs. Just make sure you interact and engage so that we can continue to get the attention we need to help as many people as we possibly can. So love y'all, appreciate y'all, and I'll see you Monday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Ramone